In this tutorial we will create this clock. As you can see, this clock have a body and these handles along with these sticks, and I created this material for it. So let's start a brand new file. I won't save it, and let's press this home button to see what we will do. So we start by changing the view to top view, and here we will create our shape, but first we need to activate snap toggle. Make sure it's grid point snapped. Now from extended primitives, let's change first to extended primitives, and let's pick the chamfer cylinder. Okay, let's create a cylinder, and then we will change its parameters. Go to modify, change the parameters, change the radius. Let's make it something like 70 or 90, and change the fillet size and the height. I set the height to 5, but I need to see it in perspective view. Actually, I need to change the height something to 10. Let's see what 10 gives me. No, maybe 15. 10 is not good. Let's make it 15. And the fillet, I'll set it to 1. Now press F4 to see the edges. Let's change other parameters. I will change the number of segments. Fillet segment, let's make it 2, and the sides I will make it something divisible to 12, because this will be 12 ticks. So let's make it something like 24. Okay, so it will move every 2 edges. Let's change the fillet segments to 2. We changed it, and the cap segments, let's make it something like 4, so I can make a groove inside here. That's it. So now I need to convert it to editable poly to start modifying it, and let's get back to front view, and I need to right click and ignore back facing, so I can select only what I see in front of me. So I change my selection mode to polygon, and I start selecting this internal circle here by pressing Ctrl from my keyboard. I keep selecting the center one, and then I will grow my selection for the next 2. So I press grow twice to select these. Now I need to go to perspective view to make sure that I didn't select anything in the back face. That's fine. I need to use the insert tool to make my insertion. Let's make it something like 0.5, not big one, something like 0.5. Now I need to extrude it inside by using a negative value. I remember the thickness was 15, so that extrude inner will be -10, and press OK. Now I need to make another insertion, or maybe I can use a bevel tool, or let's use the edge tool. So I select this internal edge by double clicking it, and I will chamfer this, and I'll change the value. I will make it something like 0.5 or 2, and press OK. Now the body is created for me. The body of the clock is created. I need to create or complete let's change the color first. Change it something purple so I can see it. I need to create the text of the clock. So let's change view to front view, and let's select this. Make sure its pivot point is to the center, and we will know later why I'm checking on this. Now I go to geometry to create the text of the clock. So from geometry, and maybe I can use a symbol box, but no, let me use a chamfer box. So from extended primitives, let me use a chamfer box, and let's drag him to be right here. Actually, I think I need to deactivate the snap toggle first. and then let's draw it and right click to deselect. Now from modify, let's change its parameters, and of course the height I need to make it 2, something like 2. The fillet, let's make it 0.5, and I will leave the segments, all of them as it is, except for the fillet segment I will make it 2. But as you can see, it's not visible, so I need to go to top view to push this guy to the front so I can see it. Top view, push him to the front. Okay, slightly. That's it. Let's get back to front view so we can create copies of it. Now I need to change its color so I can see it. Okay, let's make it red. Now I need to change its pivot point so we can rotate it around the center point. So I go to hierarchy, affect pivot only, then I will align it to the body of the clock in terms of pivot point for both of them. That's it, in the middle, and I will press OK, deactivate affect pivot only, and get back to modify. Select the chamfer box. Change your selection mode to rotate, and now I need to activate other snap to angle, and I will count it 30 by 30 because 360 divided by 12 gives me 30. So I rotate with shift to 30 or minus 30 degrees. Now I will create copies or instances. It's okay, I will make it 11 instances and press OK, and those are my ticks. Fine. Now I need to make the handles, and these handles need to be in the middle. So I will activate again. I will use chamfer box also. I think chamfer box works fine for me, so I don't need to make swift loops. So from here I will activate the snap toggle to grid point, and I will create the minutes box or minutes handle. And of course you can define the parameters based on your desires. Let's change the length, the width, make it something close to the height of the text, something like 2 for the height, and the fillet, let's make it 0.5. Leave everything of segments the same except for fillet segment, let's make it 2, and put it into position. As you can see, the pivot point is not in the center, so we need to push it to this place. So again, I go to hierarchy, affect pivot only, and I will align it to the body of the clock and make it pivot, press OK. But as you can see, I will be unable to modify it. Of course, I will right click, convert to editable poly, but it's not visible to me because it's hidden behind the clock. So I need to change the view again to top view and push this forward and press F3 so I can see through. Okay, so exactly here where I want him to pivot. I think it's fine. Okay, let's get back to front view, press F3 to see everything again, and here's my handle. Now I go change my selection mode to vertices, and I will select these upper vertices and make them smaller using the scaling tool. Okay, and now I select the whole handle, the editable poly, using rotate, and then I will shift rotate it to create the minutes handle. And I need this to be copy, not instance, so I can modify it. And now I change again to vertex mode. I need to make these smaller, scaled out, make them smaller on the x-axis, and for the top two I need them to be taller. I need to push them up, something like this. Maybe that's too much. Let's drag them out. Okay, and maybe the hours handle needs to be scaled. They need to be pushed to the left. That's fine. Let's select the minutes handle this one, and shift rotate to create the last one, which is the second handles, and that will be a copy too. From vertex mode, let's make him as thin as we can and taller than the last two one, and I will change this to local, but first I need to change it to scale and then to local again, and I will scale it to be thin. Same for the upper vertices, I will do the same. I will make them smaller. Okay, that's it. So now I created the three handles. I need to create some cylinder in the middle, so I will make a chamfer cylinder. Let's make a chamfer cylinder, and I will snap toggle to grid points. Let's make this one in the middle right here. Okay, and we can change its parameters, but of course in the top view we need to push it forward to be aligned to other handles. Let's press F3 so we can see it, and remove the snap toggle and push it forward in front of all the handles here, right here. Now we need to change its parameters, and let's make it something like, I need to make the height something like 3. I don't want to make it bigger, much big. Let's try 5.5 and see what we get. I think it's fine, and change the height to something like 2.5 with a fillet of 0.5, and the fillet steps I will keep them to 2 steps, and the sides I will make it high because I don't want to use turbo smooth with it. Let's make it 30. Okay, so let's get back to perspective view, press F3 to see everything, and that's my clock. What's left for me is to use a turbo smooth for the clock body, so I select it from modifier list. I open the modifier list and use turbo smooth. Okay, now change the iteration to 3 or 4 and isolate selection so you can see through it. What's left for me, it is to create materials, and here I created actually 2 materials, one for the handles and the other one for the clock body. So this golden one or yellow one for the handles, so I need to select it first. I need to select these handles and the cylinder, and of course I could select everything and deselect the clock body. That would be faster. Whatever, let's select all these handles, and then from material editor I will assign this material to selection. Do the same for the body of the clock. Select it, get back to material editor and assign the red one to it. So that's it for this tutorial. That's the last lesson of this modeling skills module. I'm sorry. Keep up with us for the other modeling tutorials so you can learn extended or advanced modeling tools, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.